Hello all and welcome to part 3 of the Kazon Raider build. That's not a Kazon fighter, as it says on the packet. Weird. We've made some fairly good progress on the kit. We've filled in the holes that I've drilled out with acrylic powder, which is basically this stuff here. It's for fingernails. This is a clear acrylic powder, and you just basically, what I do is I use good old Scotch tape on the outside of the kit to act as a barrier so the powder doesn't get everywhere, and then I'll put the powder in from the back end, and then I just basically put this stuff in, which is the liquid monomer. Anybody who's used this knows that it's got a, shall we say, a unique odour to it. I don't actually mind it, to be fair. I'm one of those people that likes the smell of petrol and diesel as well, so you know, there's no accounting for taste, is there really? But there you go. So anyway, on with the show. What we've got there is, you can see just there, we've got some windows in, and also around the front end as well. We've got a hole for a window there for the side piece that goes in. There's another couple there, but we need to build a little bit of a light box around that to contain the light within that area. These windows have basically been oversized. I wasn't too sure exactly where the windows needed to be placed, to be fair. I was looking online. There is only 2 pictures that I can find of the studio model, and I do believe that is because they actually, when they made the kit for the Kazon ships, this one served as a Kazon Raider and a fighter, which is why I think Revell have actually put it down as a fighter rather than the Raider. Basically what they've done is they've made the parts on it interchangeable, so there's no consistency to how you see the model, really, to be fair. If you're building the fighter, well, good luck. If you're building this, well, good luck on that too, because the references out there for it are very far and few between. The only thing that you can do is go to the TV series, really, and watch some of the episodes where the Kazon Raider are in it, to kind of determine where the windows are, which is what I've done basically. Once I found out where the windows roughly need to be, I've then cut out a massive chunk of plastic, put the acrylic powder in there, filled it with the liquid monomer, and left it at that, and let that dry off, and then basically stuck squares of masking tape of either, well, it's either 1 by 1 millimeter or 1 by 2 millimeter for the windows, because they're not that big. And then basically on the inside, what we've done is we've basically put masking tape on the inside too, so when I spray the inside of this kit down, obviously I'm going to need to put black down to light block it, then I'm going to need to put white down to help the light bounce around the inside. So the idea of putting the masking tape in now is just to make sure that the windows A are light blocked where the windows aren't, and B, to make sure that I've covered the areas where the windows are meant to be. So that's how we've done that. It's the same technique that I used on the Cardassian Galore Cruiser, which was actually the very first kit that I built on YouTube many years ago. I think that was think it might have been about 2014 actually when I done that kit. I think, as I say, that was, I mean, and that was the first sort of serious kit that I built. So I decided to go back to my roots on that one and use the same techniques. So that's that side. This is the other side. And as you can see down here, we got some squadron putty in, and on that side, there's loads of sinkholes on this kit. There really is. It's unbelievable. More sinkholes on this kit than I've actually seen on any other kit. But then it does backdate to 1995. But then, is that excusable for back then? Because the runabout that I built was from that era. Apart from a couple of little fit issues, there was nothing really wrong with that one at all. The other thing with this kit is, apart from all of the sinkholes that it has in the plastic that you need to fill in, this kit apparently does have a reputation to not fit together properly. I found that with the Kazon torpedo actually, that it didn't fit properly. There was massive gaps in between the panels that needed filling. A bit like the 420 AMT Defiant, that was horrendous. But this kit, if I get the other side and try and put this together, which is a bit difficult in itself because there's not that many mounting pegs on this kit, and it remains fairly unstable until you've got it all put together. But all I need to do is just give it a gentle squeeze. You can see the gap there, and if I just give it a gentle squeeze, it just instantly disappears. So that's only going to need a little bit of the perfect putty in there to actually hide those seams completely once I've sanded those down properly when this wee beastie is together. And I don't think I'm actually going to need to use any of the squadron putty on there at all, actually, to be fair. As long as I can just clamp this together properly whilst the glue's drying, it should actually stay in place properly. So I'm personally not experiencing the same issues as other people have had with this kit, where it's where they've had sort of like a 5mm gap running down the centre there. So that's quite good, quite happy with that. This is the bottom of the ship, and you can see there where we've had some sinkholes in the plastic, so we've filled those in. They're nice and proper smooth now. We'll see if they need any more work done to them once we've actually got a layer of primer on this. We've also got the stabilizer fitted to the bottom as well, because as we know, this kit is, or this ship, not the kit, the ship itself on screen is capable of atmospheric flight, so I would imagine that acts pretty much more like a rudder does on an aircraft. We've also been working on, I guess, the warp pylons, or the warp engine pylons, or whatever you want to call them. Again, there's been multitude of sinkholes on here as well, as you can see. This again is a bit fiddly because you've got a completely open end there, and there's only one mounting peg right there, and then another one in the middle just there, and I've just actually seen another sinkhole just there, which is great. I don't know whether you're going to see it. The more I look, the more I find them. I think I'm going to be filling those holes in for the next God knows how many years. We've removed the plastic from in here where the engines sit, and we're going to mount those slightly inwards, so we've still got the natural look of it, so we don't need to put any plastic on the inside. And what I've done is I've used the PGTF, I think it's called, plastic, and I've basically cut those to size. I used some masking tape and put a bit of masking tape right across this bit, and then basically traced out on the inside the hole for the plastic, where the plastic needs to go in, and then just that part there, I then just added that to the PGTF tape, plastic, sorry, and then cut that out and put it in. It needed a little bit of work after that just to finagle it in properly, but that will sit in there just below the surface, so it'll get that sort of sunk in look. We're going to be using red LEDs, or sorry, SMDs. I don't know why I keep on saying LEDs. It's SMDs we're using, Richard. SMDs, which we're going to be using in there and also in that one to light these up. So that should look pretty good once that's done. We've also got this massive hole here. There was some really good raised detail on there, and it looks as though it should be lit. Now, I can't find any pictures online that say that it should be lit, but then I can't find any pictures to say that it shouldn't be lit. So I think what I'm going to do, because I've already cast these in the acrylic powder, so I'm definitely going to light them, and it's only the inner parts of it, you see, and I think they should be lit up myself, because I mean basically this is part of this whole thing is basically part of the warp drive, so I really do believe that they should actually light up myself. That might not be canon, but who cares? And that's basically what they look like. And it's just, I'm not sure whether you're going to see it really, because the detail on these, yeah, well, there you go, you can well see the detail there. So that inverted bit in there is the bit that I believe should be lit, and that would, if we can just get that would sit on there roughly like so. And then hopefully some lighting coming through there. So I just need to put some LED lighting, SMDs, Richard, in that part there. And then I more than likely need to look at light blocking on this side as well. I'm not quite sure yet, because we haven't got that far yet to be putting those bits on. We've done exactly the same to this bit as well. This is on the opposite side. So again, we've been filling in the potholes, or the sinkholes, whatever you want to call them, and we've done that down on that side as well. So it is looking pretty good. And again, we got the clear plastic parts made for the insides of those as well. We've also got these parts done. We've drilled out the windows for these. We've put the masking tape on the outside and then again on the inside. So we've got the lighting ready to go also, sorry, so by the time we've primed and painted, we can pull the masking tape off and the windows will be ready to go. Again, I've put the masking tape on the inside of these as well. Once I've light blocked it and then put some white paint on the inside, I can basically get rid of the masking tape on the inside, because it won't matter so much then. And then we've got these really funny bits that sit on the front of the ship as well. These back ones, this is where we're going to have, well, not an issue, but this is where we're going to need to think about how we're going to get these installed properly from the inside, because this particular part here stands proud of the kit, and there's no wall behind it at all, so I'm going to have to build some kind of light box for it before I do the lighting. This one, funnily enough, is okay, because this part up to about there forwards actually rests right up against the plastic of the kit, so this part here is brilliant. I've already drilled the hole for that, and that's fine. No light will escape from that. But as I say, it's just the back ones that are going to be a little bit tricky to do. We've also got these back bits here as well, or these little fins that go on the front as well. Again, there's some sinkholes on both sides. This one was an injector pin mark that I found after I'd done those, so that needs to be done. On these as well, I've had my first attempt at doing panel lines as well. Basically, where these panel lines were raised details, so they were basically sanded off and then scribed. It's the first time I've done that. I had to go out and buy myself a scriber to do that. So they're done. I swear to God, I just saw another injector pin mark on there somewhere. No, it's just my imagination. Thank goodness. And then we've basically done the same for there as well. And as you can see, again, sinkholes. And that side, funnily enough, is okay. And then we've got the tusk, as I like to call it, where we've had some little sinkholes in there as well, as you can see. And we've also got the windows. We've got one there and then one there. So they've been done with an acrylic powder and then masked off, and then masked off on the inside too. Again, they're going to need to be light blocked and then white put on the inside to help reflect the light around on the inside of those as well. And then once that's done, we can just pull the masking tape off on that side as well. So that's those bits done. The other interesting, well, not interesting really, to be fair, but the other part that we've done is for this part of the kit. This is basically a sensor band, but also on this edge here is where you have the shuttle bar on either side, so I'm told, and it's got a piece of plastic like this that was on this side, but a whole lot beefier, that was obviously not transparent. So we've used the PGTF or whatever it's called to make the windows, or sorry, to make the opening for those, because you do actually in the TV series also see some light coming through there as well, and basically lighting this sensor band up. So basically what I did with the tape, the plastic, is I basically taped it to this side here when the wall was still on, and then I just roughly cut it to shape, got the top edge shaped as well as I possibly could, because when I put this in, I'm just going to put it in and glue this side on and around down there and down there. Once that's dried, I'm then going to waffle this up, because there might need to be a little bit of finagling with this just to get it to sit right. Once we've got it completely right, then what we do is just continue to fettle these bits away so they actually match up with these areas just here. The reason I'm going to be doing that is A, because of my OCD, because it's not going to allow me to have bits that are overhanging there, and B, there isn't really a lot of space within inside the kit either, so it does actually help to sort of save a little bit of space as well by making sure that this profile fits absolutely perfect to that profile. And plus the fact, once we've got that in, we're not really going to need to use too much light blocking around the edges if it fits perfectly. And we've also got the same thing done to this one as well. And as you can see with this one, we've actually got the profile done, but we just done nothing with this part at the moment. So that should, hopefully, by the time they're all in, should be okay. These are all the clear parts that we're going to be using. So these parts here will basically, whether this is the right one or not, I don't know. No, it isn't. Okay, so let's, trust me, pick up the wrong one. So that one would basically sit over there like so. So what I'm going to do with these is, I actually overdone the cast really for this. So I'm just going to have to lop off those little points there, and then tidy everything up basically, and then they will just sit flush in that area just there like so. So these will really be the last thing that go in. What I'll do once I've finished is I will just sand these down so it kind of makes them, or it gives them a frosted appearance more than anything else. And then we've also got the big one that goes at the, whoops, a daisy, that, yeah, that is the one. That's just loads of stuff on it. So that kind of goes in there just like so. And then again we can just sand the surface down and on the inside of it as well, just to make it slightly more opaque, which would give the light room to spread around. I put that on the wrong side actually, sorry. This is the one that sits there like so. That is just a little bit of perfect plastic putty that I used to build as a wall to stop it from coming out really. It didn't work, but that'll clear up quite easily. So there you go, that's where we currently are with this ship. Not huge amounts of work done, but we've got some progress on this. I mean, I can't really sort of sit at the bench like I used to before. I mean, at times before I used to sit at the bench and do a 7 or 8 hour sort of stint at models. I can't do it anymore, so it takes me a lot longer to actually get things done. But that's going to be about it for the moment, guys. I will catch up with you in part 4 of this build, where hopefully we might have some of this little wee beastie put together with a little bit of lighting in it. You never know. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it does go that way. So until then, guys, please do take care, and as always, happy modelling.